Good morning! Hello, hello, hello. It's a lovely, lovely, fresh morning here in UK, in Paddockwood. It's amazingly fresh after sort of the bizarre heat wave we've had here for the last week or so. And classic English, we always complain about the weather, but it's nice to have some fresh breeze and we can breathe again, so it's nice. So, good morning. I hope you're well wherever you are. If you jump on, just say hi and where you're from. That'd be very cool. But in any case, let's crack on with the, in Gary Vaynerchuk's words, the show. As I said, if you jump on, say hi and where you're from. Okay. Bear with me a moment. Right, here we go. 5 ways to be more effective daily. Now, there are many tips of how to do this and many ideas, but here's 5 that I've gleaned from a number of people who are successful. Kind of narrowed it down. We kind of got to that point where I think, okay, these are things that clearly are effective, and I'll be honest, when I've done them, things are much better. I am doing my best to do these, but sometimes I, fall by the way. So I definitely recommend them, and even to myself. So, firstly, start early. This is the one that I probably struggle with the most, and probably most people struggle with the most, of getting up early. Now, if you look at pretty much all successful entrepreneurs in history, the one thing that they've got in common, or not the one thing, but one of the things they've got in common, is they all get up early, and like extremely early. So we're talking sort of around 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. There's a couple of reasons for this. One, it gets you into a sort of a pattern of being, I don't know, just kind of very, very focused, because no one naturally generally gets up at 5 a.m. So you have to kind of focus to do that. But the other benefit is because generally you're up before everyone else. And so particularly if you've got a busy household with family and kids and things like that. So if you're up at 5, it's likely you've probably got at least a good hour of nothing else happening. Nothing really going on, probably no emails coming in, no distractions, nothing like that. You've literally got a solid hour to get stuff done. So whether that be some meditation, so you need quiet time, or just writing a blog, recording a video, whatever that is, but you've got sort of an hour of quiet time. Now, I am the first one to admit it's horribly painful to get up at 5 a.m. Obviously depending on which time you went to bed. But that getting up early does kind of give you a head start. And if you can get up, and maybe if you're generally getting up about 7 or 8 at the moment, to jump straight to 5 is quite a huge move outside your comfort zone. But you can sort of incrementally move it back. Now, this generally will mean go to bed a bit earlier, but then you think you're going to maybe sacrifice some evening time where you're just sort of vegging and not really doing much, to actually some productive time in the morning when it's quiet. So definitely consider that, if not do it, in the morning, because you'll notice you'll get such a good start on the day, but also you'll get a lot more done. Particularly if you've got a minimal amount of time you can spare to your part-time business. That's a way of just gaining some extra time, which is undistracted. So, number 2. I've mentioned about this in the past, but basically it's like do everything your best. Now, it may sound strange, but almost do everything you do as if, I suppose it's a competition, but do as if it's like absolute vital. You are the best of the best doing that. Now, whether that's a blog post or whether that's hoovering, or sorry, vacuuming, do it every single task. Do it to perfection. Now, I know you might say, well, perfection is kind of unattainable and things like that. But the point being is, don't do anything half-assed. Do it as the great Yoda says. There's no try, there's do or do not. You either do it or you don't do it. Do it properly or not at all. So everything you do your 100% at it, and that way you're always going to have a better result of that thing. Whatever that is, rather than just kind of a rough kind of, just about get by kind of thing. Pre-plan everything. It's the next one. And what do I mean by that? So often, particularly if you're getting up ridiculously early, or whatever time you're doing stuff in the morning, we're a bit sort of blurry, and it'd be nothing worse than getting up and going, right, okay, what I've got to do, a Facebook Live or a video or a blog post or work out, or what have I got to do today, and then sit there and try and work out exactly what you're going to do. And if you are sleepy, tired and a bit sort of vague, it's tricky, and you could spend like that extra hour working out what you're going to do, so you actually end up not doing it. You just worked out what to do, and then it's too late, then you're tired, give up. So by pre-planning everything, it doesn't mean you've got this very regimented life, but you've just, know exactly what you're doing. It's like, like anything, you don't generally just every single day is a spontaneous day. Now there's a lot to be said for that, but even with that, there's a degree of planning. Now it depends, if you want to live a very kind of freestyle, free spirit life, that's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But again, you look at sort of over history, people who have been very successful, they generally do have a structure, or like a daily ritual of what they do, and that comes also from pre-planning that ritual. So I definitely say a lot of, I'd say on a Sunday morning, you might plan what you're going to do Monday to Friday, from a blog post or a video, that kind of thing, or how many people you're going to reach out to each day, that kind of thing. So as soon as you get up, bang, there is the plan for today. Do this, do this, do this, do this. And my plan, which I taught in my boot camp, which is actually behind me up here, to do with blogging and social media sharing and posting and that sort of thing, is exactly that. You might be able to just see it. So on Monday you do a Facebook Live, Tuesday Facebook Live and a YouTube video, Wednesday. If you want more information around that, contact me, or leave a comment in the video here, and I can definitely go over that with you in a bit more detail. And it's a way of actually getting content out there without actually doing much work, which we all like. So again, that comes from pre-planning. So pre-plan everything, and it makes life a lot easier, and it actually makes you able to leverage your time a lot better. And then finally, number 5, shut off distractions. It's probably obvious, but how often have you been doing some work or prospecting, blogging, about to record a video, and then you've got your phone there, and suddenly a Facebook message comes in, or someone's status update, or a tweet or something, you're like, and on your computer or your screen something pops up, an email pops up, I better just do that, and suddenly it's an hour later and you haven't done the original thing. So these kind of distractions, whilst small in themselves, they're distractions. So now if you are doing a particular task, if it's say reaching out to people, or messaging, or posting, recording a video, writing a blog post, whatever it may be, log out of your email, log out of Facebook, not necessarily turn your phone off, but just turn off notifications, put it on do not disturb mode for that period of time. So there's nothing going to be coming in to you to stop you doing what you're doing, and that way you kind of get you get the task done. Now, not obviously like you can do 8 hours of that. If you say like do it in sort of time chunks, hour, 2 hour chunks, but then in that time there's no distractions. Then you can check the email messages and Facebook, things like that, in a kind of a break time, or you take it more severe and do it, lunchtime only, and then evening. But the point being is, when you're supposed to be doing task X, there's no distractions coming in. And a lot of workplaces, have a sort of a, you can't check your phone during the day and things like that. And it's literally for that reason. So a lot of workplaces also block things like Facebook and Twitter, so you can't be on there all day rather than doing your work. Exactly the same point. You shut down distractions, and then you check your social media in lunchtime or coffee break or whatever, as opposed to constantly throughout the day, which is then. And if you are working from home, as you are within your home business, it's very easy to have all these distractions constantly. So that's the way of shutting them off. So just to reiterate those points, first one is start early. Second one is to do everything you do your absolute best, put 100% effort into everything you do. Pre-plan everything beforehand, so you kind of know exactly what you're doing and when you're doing it, and shut off distractions. Now, originally I said 5, and I've just realised that's 4. So I'm going to change it to 4 things because I didn't pre-plan it properly. There's a classic example of not planning things, or planning things wrongly and not executing on it. So we're not infallible. We all make mistakes. So that's 4 things to kind of get more efficient in your day, more efficient with your time. So I hope you've got some value from this. If you have, please like, comment and share this around with anyone you feel might get some more value. There'll be a blog post around this subject out shortly, and so I hope you have a great day. If you want to see any more kind of tips and things like that around your home business and how to get success, visit my blog. It's dazbaldwin.com. And I said also, if you want any information on of how to do this social media posting technique, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you and we'll sort of have a chat about that. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye now.